Let's hear from Topcon and how they were able to quickly connect with their OEM partners. Dave from Topcon will talk about how they were able to automate their order processing, reduce errors, and scale, all while saving a significant amount of time and money. Over to you, Dave.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dave Boppenford. I manage the CRM system, the web services, and the EDI connections. So essentially focused on getting all the appropriate sales folks to be able to place orders with our company. The biggest place we have a need and where Jitterbit really came in and saved the day for us was when we connect to our OEMs. And those are a lot of companies that are significantly bigger than us. So if you can go to the next slide. So the issues we have there are Topcon is a positioning company. So what we have an agricultural business, and the whole focus is on making companies more efficient. So for agriculture, it's making sure that the sprayers are only putting the appropriate amount of fertilizer on the fields, and it's very, very accurately measured. You know exactly where your equipment is. On the construction side, it's being able to run off of a GPS plan that's electronic versus pounding a bunch of stakes in the ground with the pink flags that everybody probably sees every once in a while. The reason that's important is it allows those businesses to be way more efficient, and that's really what our focus is. You know, one of the stats I looked up was by 2050, we're going to have to produce 70% more food than we have today to feed everybody that's going to be on the planet. So that and building the infrastructure are really places that Topcon is trying to make a difference, and that's kind of reflected in our mission statement. The idea that to meet all these challenges, everybody in all these different companies that we're related to has to be more efficient and be able to deliver solutions faster, which is a good segue to the next slide. So our challenge when we started EDI, and this is about 7 years ago, is we had a different EDI provider, and we had a consultant on site and for somewhere between 12 to 18 months, and we weren't able to get live in production. As a manager at that time, I spent a lot of time on EDI, which wasn't ideal because there's a lot of demands on everybody's time, and so we just wanted to find something that would work and essentially work, and we could leave it alone. So one of the things that drove us to choose Jitterbit is that I saw a demo, and I saw, I believe it was actually Cynthia, walking through building a EDI transaction and the data conversion using the Jitterbit tool, and she put something together and did it online in a few minutes. And I looked at that and I went, 18 months, 5, 10, 20 minutes. That sounds like a good direction to go in. So the one thing that was really a standout for us is we were able to talk to Jitterbit and get them to do a proof of concept for us, and they were actually able to deliver the functionality that I saw in the video. So I was a skeptical person at that point, but what they were able to deliver gave me the confidence to actually push and get a deal signed. So you want to go to the next slide? So what we ended up doing is we run an SAP shop, so SAP is our ERP system, and we connect to several huge equipment manufacturers that are manufacturing, tractors and pavers and mining equipment. We're into drones, where you might have a drone fly over your field to determine if you have any irrigation leaks that you can fix. So all about making that more efficient. And what we found, and the reason that we needed a partner to help us with this, is even when connecting to a single one of these companies, they had multiple verticals within. So one company that we needed to work with, a partner, sometimes had upwards of a dozen different EDI formats they were managing, because those are large companies. They have EDI in place. It works well, but it's been implemented a couple different ways, And so for us, being able to feed all that information through one middleware solution to get it converted and sent into our SAP system was really huge for us, because we simply didn't have the resources to do that on our own, and with all the change going on in our business as we're expanding, we wanted to focus on things that were going to enhance our business versus kind of working on the plumbing, and so that's the piece that Jitterbit really came through for us. The other thing that has happened over the years is every once in a while we had a data center migration, and we were having issues unrelated to the middleware, but we called Jitterbit the week before the migration, and they gathered up the resources, made them available. We ran into problems, and we were able to completely rewrite the integration that had nothing to do with Jitterbit. It had to do with the fact that the hosting provider just couldn't handle the specifications that we had. They couldn't share files. So being able to, as a manager, being able to go to a company and say, hey, I think I'm going to need extra support, and having it be there, and really saving what was a multi-month project from going in a direction that would have made all of our Monday mornings very sad was huge, which is why I'm happy to talk about our experience. So you want to go to the next slide? So Topcon, one of the challenges is since we're dealing with multi-billion-dollar companies, they want what they want, and they want it pretty much immediately. And so we needed something that was completely automated, and that's what we've ended up with. Is the Jitterbit orders come in, they get processed, the schedule agreements come in, the shipment notifications go out, so that everybody is aware of exactly where their orders are, what the planning is, and this replaced, a manual process that really was not going to scale for us. And so we've saved countless hours of just people and people working on manual orders, and the other piece is, of course, on the other side of the conversation, by showing our partners that we can process orders quickly and efficiently. It's really not something they have to worry about. It creates faith in our brand, and it creates opportunities to grow our business. So that's really the keys for us. The last thing there is, over the 5 years, it's the best thing I can say about Jitterbit is as a manager, it's not something I have to pay any attention to anymore. It just simply works. And so for me, getting pulled in a bunch of different directions, having something that I know will just deliver what it's supposed to, and I really can just let it run in the background and not worry about it at all is just a benefit that's I can't even express how much value that has for me.